Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudeva Ki Jai. Jai Jagannath Baladev Subhadoshi Sudarshan Chakra Ki Jai. Shishinitai Gaura Chandra Ki Jai. Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai. Nrsingadev Bhagavana Ki Jai. Shri Guru Parampara Shri Prabhupada Shri Gurudeva Ki Jai. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunda Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunda Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunda Bihari Jaya Yashodhanandana Jaya Vrajajanaranjana Jaya Vrajajanaranjana Yashodhanandana Jaya Vrajajanaranjana Jaya Vrajajanaranjana Jaya Yashodhanandana Jaya Vrajajanaranjana Jaya Vrajajanaranjana Yashodhanandana Jaya Vrajajanaranjana Vrajajanaranjana Jaya Yamunatiravanachari Jaya Kunda Bihari 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Shri Radha Madhava Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 25, Text number 48. Nalini Nalini Chaprak Dvara Vekatra Nirmite Avadhuta Sakastabhyam Vishayam Yati Saurabham Nalini Nalini Chaprak Dvara Vekatra Nirmite Avadhuta Sakastabhyam Vishayam Yati Saurabham. Prabhus, please.
Nalini Nalini Chaprak Nalini Nalini Chaprak Dvara Vekatra Nirmite Avadhuta Sakastabhyam Vishayam Yati Saurabham
Nalini Nalini Chaprak
Nalini Nalini Chaprak
Dvara Vekatra Nirmite Avadhuta Sakastabhyam Vishayam Yati Saurabham
Mataji's.
Nalini Nalini Chaprak
Nalini Nalini Chaprak Dvara Vekatra Nirmite Avadhuta Sakastabhyam
Vishayam Yati Saurabham
Nalini Nalini Chaprak
Nalini Nalini Chaprak
Dvara Vekatra
Saurabham.
Nalini. Of the name Nalini. Nalini. Of the name Nalini. Cha. Also. Prag. Eastern. Dvarav. Two gates. Ekatra. In one place. Nirmite. Constructed. Avadhuta. Of the name Avadhuta. Sakha. With his friend. Tabhyam. By those two gates. Vishayam. Place. Jati. Used to go. Saurabham. Of the same Saurabha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Similarly, in the east there were two sets of gates named Nalini and Nalini. And these were also constructed in one place. Through these gates the king, accompanied by a friend named Avadhuta, used to go to the city of Saurabha. Purport. The two gates named Nalini and Nalini are the two nostrils. The living entity enjoys these two gates with the help of different Avadhutas or airs, which constitute the breathing process. Through these gates the living entity goes to the town of Saurabha or aroma. In other words, the nostrils, with the help of the friends, the air, enjoys various aromas in the material world. Nalini and Nalini are the pipes of the nostrils, through which one inhales and exhales, enjoying the aroma of sense pleasure. Nalini Nalini Chaprak Davar Ekarta Nirmite Avadhuta Sakastabhyam Vishayang Jati Saurabham. Similarly, in the east there were two sets of gates named Nalini and Nalini, and these were also constructed in one place. Through the gates, the king, accompanied by a friend named Avadhuta, used to go to the city of Saurabha. Om Gyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasma Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitang Yena Bhutale Svayang Rupa Kadamayang Dadati Svapadantikang Vandehang Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalang Shri Gurung Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagra Jatang Sagana Ragunatang Vitang Tang Sajivang Sadvaitang Savadhutang Parijana Saitang Krishna Chaitanya Devang Shri Radha Krishna Padang Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagat Bhakte Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Manchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktarvinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to speak something. Here in the same chapter, text number 9, for me, of course, since I'm not into all these verses, stories, I had a little bit to get an overview. So in the text number 9 of chapter 25, I had it. Yes. So there Srila Prabhupada makes a summary that the great sage Narad Muni turned towards another topic, the history of King Puranjana. This is nothing but the history of King Prachina Barishat, told in a different way. In other words, this is an allegorical presentation. The word Puranjana means one who enjoys in a body. This is certainly explained in the next few chapters. Because a person entangled in material activities wants to hear stories of material activities. So Narad Muni turned to the topic of King Puranjana, who is no one than King Prachina Barishat. So this story of Puranjana is of course also our story. Because we all are living in this city with the 9 gates. The soul is remaining in the heart together with Paramatma. And we are enjoying or try to enjoy the senses. So we have wonderful songs of the Vaishnavas, and one which every day we should sing. We also like to sing Sharira Vidyajal. So there, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is very precisely saying Sharira Vidyajal Jodendriya Taikal. So Jal means network, and Joda Indriya, material senses, and Kal means death. So in the translation is mentioned, "O Lord, this material body is a place of ignorance, and the senses are a network of path to death." So that is quite a heavy statement that we may think, what kind of death? Because if I'm enjoying my senses, I'm not dying. But actually we don't know what is life. Life is being in Krishna consciousness and enjoying the objects of the senses. It's like being death, because the senses is death matter. So Srila Prabhupada in a purport, it is also 4th canto, chapter 25, text 21, so means it just recently happened. There, in the purport is saying that material enjoyment means utilizing the intelligence for sake of rupa, rasa, gandha, shabda and sparsha, form, taste, smell, sound and touch. So, since we are so much into this, trying to relish this part of the creation, we get so much suffering, because all this form, taste, smell and sound is just temporary. And we all make the experience that the more we try to enjoy it, it's like a sponge. In the beginning a lot of water, finally almost not even one drop is coming out. And so we make the experience that when we try to enjoy these objects of the senses, even we have so much the experiences that finally doesn't give real pleasure to the soul, we still continue it. So one time Rasananda Prabhu asked in a Zoom class to our Gurudev, so how is it that although we have so many times experienced that we try to give pleasure to the senses, but it doesn't really give pleasure, so why we still continue? And Gurudev gave an example. In the desert there are some thorny plants, and the camel, he likes to eat them, because by eating them, they are thorny, means some blood is coming out in the mouth, but he's somehow not really intelligent, so he doesn't understand it. So the camel, the blood is then mixed with these thorny plants, and some salty taste is there. So the camel thinks, oh, very tasty, but actually it's his own blood. So similarly, we think that this happiness which we are getting, actually the point is that the camel is not very intelligent. So even we make the experience time and again, so we still do it, although we doesn't get so much out of it, actually nothing. We think the happiness which we are getting is real happiness, but here Srila Prabhupada is saying something else. He's saying, it is in first canto, chapter 2, text number 6, there is no happiness at all. There is just a futile attempt to get rid of miseries, and temporary creation of misery is falsely called happiness. It is like we are just pinching us, and then we are letting go the pinching, and we think that's now happiness. But that's not real happiness. Therefore, the sadhus are described that this material world is a hole where one passes stool. So that is quite, again, heavy statement. But if we analyze it from the beginning to the end, this material existence is just suffering. There's birth, old age, disease, and death. This adhyatmika, adhibhautika, adhidevika. Trouble which are coming from our mind. Just yesterday I was in train station, I read the Versicherungskosten explodieren, weil die Frauen die sozialen Leistungen wegen Depressionen und Ängsten und so in Anspruch nehmen. Ne? So there are so many miseries in this material world. Just woman, it was written like that, no? In the train station. Yeah. I don't know why. Yes, good question. To go to the psychologist like that. Yeah, for example, I also met like maybe 1 month ago one Indian Mataji on Sankirtan, and she said, no, I cannot buy your stuff because I have no money. I have to go to psychiatry. And I was thinking, but you are looking very like sober person. Huh? Yeah, she said, I'm doctor, aspiring, how to say, in medicine, but it's just too much everything. So I need psychological help. So even this kind of people, unimaginable. No? So misery is coming from the mind, misery is coming from the body, misery is coming from adhyatmika, adhibhautika, from other living entities, and of course adhyatmika from demigods, from natural calamities. So from beginning to the end there is suffering, and if we think that there is some happiness, then this is illusion, because we don't know what is real happiness, and this what we think is happiness is just very flickering, like a spark. Very quickly it will go in vain. So the Vedas are describing 2 paths which we can go. Srila Prabhupada again, first canto, chapter 2, number 6, he's saying in the purport, the Vedas prescribe 2 different types of occupation for a human being. One is called the Pavriti Marga, or the path of sense enjoyment, which is here very in detail explained with the story of Puranjana. So Pavriti Marga, the path of sense enjoyment, and the other is called Nivriti Marga, the path of renunciation. The path of enjoyment is inferior, and the path of sacrifice for the supreme cause is superior. So the material existence of the living being is a diseased condition of actual life. Actual life is spiritual existence, or Brahmabhuta existence, where life is eternal, blissful, and full of knowledge. Material existence is temporary, illusory, and full of miseries. There is no happiness at all, like I just mentioned. There is just a futile attempt to get rid of the miseries. A temporary cessation of misery is falsely called happiness. Working hard like asses and weekend, we think that is happiness. Or like our Anandamurti Prabhu, which is Pujari, he said, to get 2 weeks of holiday, I had to work for very hard. Actually, to get... No, the thing is, he said, I had just 1 week holiday, but then I wanted 2, so I had to work double to get the second week of holiday. And then I got holiday, and in the middle of the holiday, I already was morose, because I knew that as soon I have again to go to work. No? So in the beginning, working like an ass, and in the middle, even thinking, oh, it will pass very quickly, and then again I have to go to work. So if we analyze it, it is just not worth of it. So then what option we have? So this Nivritti Marga, this path of renunciation, how to do it? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself, 500 years ago, he came and gave an example how to renounce this material world. So by his example, we can go that path. And he came to give us Krishna. By realizing Krishna, we will automatically give up these bad habits, this attachment to temporary, illusionary happiness. By being Krishna conscious, we will realize Krishna who is Purna Bhagavan, who has all the good qualities in him, all 6 opulences. So by realizing Krishna, we will just be able to easily give up all this, what is giving us suffering. So Mahaprabhu came to give us Krishna, and he also came to give us prema. Chiradadatam nijagupta vitang swaprema nanamrita atyudara saparamam yovita Tara Gaura Krishno Chanebhyastamahang Prapadye. Now he is giving this Gupta Vita, hidden treasure, to everyone. Swaprema Nanamrita Atyudara. Swaprema, his own love, he gives to everyone. Therefore, he is Audarya Vigraha, the embodiment of munificence. Gauranga is Audarya Vigraha, and Krishna is Madhurya Vigraha, the embodiment of sweetness. Madhurya Nilaya Krishna and Audaryaka Nilaya Gaura. There are 2 regions in Goloka Vrindavan. Madhuryaka Nilaya and Audaryaka Nilaya. Nilaya means abode. In the Madhurya region, Krishna is present as the enjoyer, the relisher. In the Audarya region, Mahaprabhu is present, giving relishment to Krishna by chanting his name. Mahaprabhu is such a wonderful, such a munificent, such a magnanimous personality. For me, I had to translate, because magnanimous and munificent is not words which we often hear. So munificent means großzügig in German. Hoppala. And magnanimous means großherzig. Magnanimous, großherzig. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Dvishe Namaha. He is so magnanimous, so wonderfully munificent, wonderfully magnanimous. He has come here to give us Ujjvala Ras, a very bright, very sweet mellow. The sweetest mellow. His external desire is that everyone should get Krishna. Everyone should go back home, back to Godhead. This is the external desire of Bhagavan Krishna. To fulfill his desire, he appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then what is his eternal desire? That is explained in the verse Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila 1.6. I had not so much time to study how to spell it out nicely, very a little bit long verses, but at least the first sentence. Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidrisho Vanayaiva. Desiring to understand the glory of Radharani's love, the wonderful qualities in him that she alone relishes through her love, and the happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of his love, the Supreme Lord Hari, richly endowed with her emotions, appeared from the womb of Sachi Devi, as the moon appeared from the ocean. Also we find in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila 4:121, Krishna says, Ammihai rasera nidana. All rasa, mellow, comes from me. I'm Rasa Raj, the king of mellow. Someone is translating? Oh, then I should not speak too quick. I'm very romantic, Rasika Shekhara. But then, why I'm becoming mad due to Radharani's love? I'm Rasa Tattva, Rasamoy Purusha. I have all rasa. So others should become mad for me, but I become mad for Radharani. It means that Radharani has something which I don't have. Therefore, I'm becoming mad. I cannot remain quiet. Every day I want to see Radha. Radha has made me crazy. I always run after her. That is a class of our Gurudev, Sripad Chaitanya Chandradas. I always run after her. I lack something. That's why I run after Radha. Otherwise, I'm self-sufficient. I'm Purna Brahman. But why do I run after Radha? Something is there. Then Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidrisho. Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila 1.6. What is that pranaya? What is that love Radharani extends to me? Krishna is thinking, and it is described again, Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila 4.132. Krishna is thinking, what type of potency is there in Srimati Radharani's love, by which I become overwhelmed? Radharani is the abode of that love. She has such love which I don't have, but I'm the object of love. It means that the relishment which the object of love gets is someone different from the relishment which the abode of love gets. The object of love, the enjoyer, has some love, and those who give enjoyment also have love. But the person who gives enjoyment has more love than the enjoyer. The object of love. Krishna runs after Radharani. I don't understand. What is that love? She has something more than I have. Therefore I am running after her. What is that? So, this running after Krishna, running after Radharani, because she has so much love for Krishna, we can also understand that this is very much important for us, since our Gurudev is also Ashraya Vigraha, means the abode of love. Krishna is Vishaya Vigraha, the object of love. And the songs of our acharyas are very nicely describing this. Again, Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his, I think it is Ohe Vaishnava Thakur, Amito Kangal, Krishna Krishna Bholi, Taita Vat Pache Pache. There he is describing yes, Actually, no, it is Gurudev Kripa Bindu. Yogyata vichare kichunai pai tumara karuna sar karuna na hoile kandiya pranana rakibo ara. If you examine me, you will find no qualities. Your mercy is all that I am made of. If you are not merciful to me, I can only weep and I will not be able to maintain my life. Actually, no, it is Ohe Vaishnava Thakur. Just 1 second. We will try to find it. Here it is. Page 42. Okay. Krishna se tomara, Krishna dite paro, tomara shakati ache, amito kangal, Krishna Krishna boli, tavita va pache. Krishna is yours. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is praying to Sri Guru. Krishna is yours. You have the power to give him to me. I am simply your servant, running behind you, shouting, Krishna, Krishna. So by associating with those kind of sadhus who are in their heart crying for the mercy, crying of that love, so they will get it. So why they have this love? Sri Guru is Radha Priya Sakhi, dear girl companions of Sri Guru, of Srimati Radharani. So they also have this love in their heart. And by serving them, by pleasing them, they will also give that love to us. That love which Krishna is running for. Krishna is not happy with a little bit of love. He wants everything from us. If one is cooking something, many items, we may say, oh, I like puri, I like rasgulla, and I like this. But Krishna, if someone is cooking for him, he wants everything. So he's not happy with a little bit love. So he wants everything. And because Krishna is unlimited, this love which will be developed in us will also be unlimited. And by associating with those who have this love, these pure sadhus, we can somehow get a glimpse of this unlimited surrendering which they have. The object of love, the enjoyer, has some love. And those who give enjoyment also have love. Bis wenig. But the person who gives enjoyment has more love than the enjoyer. The object of love, I read already. Krishna runs after Radharani. I don't understand. What is that love? She has something more than I have. Therefore, I'm running after her. What is that? I get pleasure by seeing her, but how does she get much pleasure? By seeing me. I can observe that her pleasure is more, million times more than my pleasure. How does she get so much pleasure? Unless I take shelter at her feet, I cannot know this. Therefore, in Jayadev Goswami's Gita Govinda 10.7, it is said, Dehi padam palavam udaram. Please give me your lotus feet. I want to take shelter at your lotus feet. Krishna says such a wonderful thing, astonishing. Krishna is saying to Radha, please give me your lotus feet. So here we have a painting. Those who went to Gadagiri knows it. It is on the right side of Radha Gopalju in the wall. It is Srimati Radharani and Krishna, who is at the feet of Krishna is at the feet of Srimati Radharani. Jai Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Nitai Gaura Chanda Ki Jai. So Krishna is begging to Srimati Radharani. And that time when this painting was there, many were asking, Krishna is sitting in a higher position and Krishna is sitting at her feet. What is this? Are you putting Krishna down? But then Gurudev is saying, Baba, I have already told the painter the meaning. So now he is explaining to everyone the time when it was painted. So Jayadev Goswami said this, Dehi Pada Pallavam Udaram. Then they accepted, okay. Jayadev Goswami said, okay. So because the people didn't know, and so then they kept quiet. So Krishna thought, if I take shelter at her feet, then I can understand how she gets so much ananda, pleasure. This was Krishna's first internal desire. The second thing he wanted to understand, what are the wonderful qualities in me that she relishes through her love. Once Krishna was standing in front of a crystal pillar and saw his own form, reflection. Then he said, hey, wonderful, who is that standing there? So beautiful. He did not believe that this was his own form. Therefore he began shaking his head. And the head of the reflection also began to shake. Then he pointed at the reflection, and the reflection also pointed a finger at him. Then he said, oh, this is my reflection, my form, and it is so beautiful. Therefore Radharani becomes mad after me. But how can I relish my own beauty, being Krishna? I cannot relish my own beauty. If I become somebody else, then I can relish my beauty. But who relishes my beauty up to the last limit? Radharani. So I have to become Radha. Otherwise, how can I relish this beauty completely? I have the example I got from here. Suppose you want something, some food, and you ask the devotees in the kitchen, what did you cook today? Today we cook eggplants, rice, dal, kofta, sabji, and sweet rice and puri. Okay, I take some puris and sweet rice, or give me kofta, sabji, rice, or just eggplants. But Krishna is not like that. He wants to relish everything. Whatever you have cooked, you cannot cheat him. No. Take puris and sweet rice and be happy, but kofta and sabji are meant for someone else. No, Krishna thinks everything for me. I will not be happy with a little beauty. I want to relish my beauty completely. So who completely relishes? It is Radha. So I'll become Radha. Then I'll be able to relish my own beauty. So, when the gopis came and see Krishna, they don't have any desire for their own happiness. They only think about the happiness of Krishna, pleasure of Krishna. But how it is possible to become happy by thinking of another's pleasure? It is possible only for the gopis. So this is a very important point. When the gopis come to see Krishna, they don't have any desire for their own happiness. So whenever we are doing a service, we should not at all think about our happiness. So by just meditating on the happiness of Krishna, automatically we'll become happy, because we are connected with Krishna. This is like a Mula mantra. How can I please you, and how can I make you happy? When we are chanting, we should meditate, Krishna, how can I please you with my chanting? When we are listening Bhagavatam, we should do it for Krishna's pleasure. Shravanam, Kirtanam, our process starts with Shravanam, and this doesn't end. This Shravanam process goes in Vrindavan. When Krishna goes with the gopas, what the gopis do? They speak among themselves about Krishna's Leela. So this Shravanam, this Kirtanam is eternally going on. So when we are at Bhagavatam class, we should empty ourselves, thinking I don't know anything. And then something can enter. If the cup is full, then nothing can be put inside. If we think I don't know anything, then something can enter. So therefore, whatever service we do, we should try to do it for Krishna's happiness. So these internal desires which Krishna has is a very secret desire. Therefore we say that Prema Bhakti is a very secret thing, very confidential, hidden treasure. So it is not available in all yugas, only in Kali Yuga. So therefore we should be very sincerely accepting this Krishna consciousness, which is something very valuable, because it can not only destroy all our miseries which we experience here in this material world, but it can give us eternal happiness, eternal life, together with Krishna and Krishna's associates. Thank you very much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai. Are there maybe some comments, some questions?
Hare Krishna, Deena Dayal Prabhu, thank you for the class. You mentioned the Pravitri Nivritti mark, and somehow this question in my mind is, so Pravritti mark is to enjoy, and Nivritti means to renounce. How is it for a devotee? Like we have the different ashrams. Is practicing devotee automatically on the Nivritti mark, or is a Grihastha who's making a decision to not live the life of a renunciate, but to live with family? Is he on the Pravritti mark? Can you maybe say something about this?
Of course, if Guru sees that a devotee has a little bit more passion, he might tell him, you enter in Grihastha ashram. So there he does his experiences, and quickly he understands, okay, some facilities are given for enjoyment, but there is also these miseries. So quickly he will understand, okay, it is not worth to go for it. And he will start to renounce. So it doesn't matter which ashram we are, the real renouncement, according to what I heard, is to follow Guru's instruction in all aspects. So Grihastha ashram, for example, their sexual intercourse is just for producing Krishna conscious children. And that's it. So there is a lot of renouncement if one is living that kind of life. And therefore we hear sometimes the statements that a Grihastha who is not Griyamedi means one who is just enjoying the senses, but a real Grihastha is like on the platform of a sannyas, because he is not enjoying at all his senses. He puts Krishna in the center, his wife is Krishna Dasi, his children are Krishna Das, and he's living in an ashram, Grihastha ashram. So he's renounced. But this takes some time. Most of us, they have first to experience some miseries, and then slowly they will just cry. Or should come to that state of always crying for mercy. Yeah, so he's on the Nivritti Marga if he follows like what is given by Guru, what is given by Srila Prabhupada, what is given by our Acharyas, Vaishnavas, Krishna.
Thank you. So the point is, Guru's instruction is the...
Guru helps us to renounce, doesn't matter which ashram we are. Therefore Krishna consciousness is in that sense also very nice. In the beginning it is said, no need to change like your ashram or just to give up everything. Just try to change your consciousness. Whatever we do, wherever we are, we try to put Krishna's pleasure in the center. And this Krishna consciousness movement it is there for everyone. Something is there, no? Everyone can put Krishna in the center. Doesn't matter which circumstances he's in which ashram he's in, if he's young, if he's old.
It just comes to my mind, I have on my computer a copy of something Prabhupada said in the purport where he says, tapasya means to follow the instruction of the Guru.
Yes.
That's the tapasya.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So if he says get married and
then we do it for his pleasure. We do it for his pleasure. Because he sees, the thing is, often it happened that one doesn't go that... For example, passion is more there, and then he said, no, I will stay a brahmachari, but then interacting with women. So then it causes havoc in society, disturbances in society. So therefore, for the pleasure of Guru, for the pleasure of Krishna, he should change his ashram and there practice tapasya, austerity. Because strict rules and regulations are given in this ashram also. The tapasya, Gurudev is giving instruction, and that is our tapasya. Sometimes we don't like it, quite often we don't like it, but so much pleasure is there when we just pray for help, being able to do it. So much pleasure will come by doing these austerities. And this is very individual. Everyone, or those who have their Gurudev, they get individual instructions. So, and we don't know everything about what instructions somebody got, so we can also not judge. Know what he's doing, why he's doing. No, he has his authorities. So therefore, we cannot become the guru of others by thinking I know better than him. No, everyone is on his path of renunciation, guided by his guru, and this will lead to eternal happiness. I don't know if I answered. Okay. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Prabhupada, Shri Gurudev ki jai.
Deena Dayal Prabhu ki jai.
Ki jai. Ja, ich denke, Chanten nachher auch hier.
Soll ich das jetzt schon fragen?
Das ist das Hochsitz.
Ja?
Also das Hochsitz ist das.
Ja, ich habe noch nie etwas über Guru verkauft. Ich habe gedacht, ja, jetzt kommt jemand so lange da, was ich gerade noch mit dem Thema.
Ja.
Ja, das hat ja eigentlich, das hat ja wohl schon Untermarken gerade einmal gut zusammen. Erfahrung durchsucht. Ja, und das heißt ja eigentlich, da Gott sagt ja zum Beispiel, Mafia-Kankari, aber zum Preacher, zum Prediger und gar nicht verurteilt, Mafia. Und sind es dann immer noch unter Mafia?